Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron. It is the player ratings. Everton 1, Luton Town 2 in the fourth round of the FA Cup. Everton crash out of the competition after, for me, our worst performance for quite some time. Yeah, a terrible game of football really, between two sides with not a lot of quality in either side. But Luton wanted it more. Luton worked harder for it. Luton battled more for it. They deserved it. It's as fair as that. But that doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden a great team. By the way, they're horrendous. They are utterly horrendous. But they deserved it. And that just shows you exactly where Everton are at this current moment and just how bad Everton are at this current moment. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm going to fly through these because the only reason I even contemplated going the game today was because of doing these videos. I'm at the floor with it. I'm really at the floor with it, and yeah. Anyway, let's just jump straight into it because I want to get this over and done with. João Virginia, give him a 6. Thought he was all right. Made a couple of good saves. Couple of important saves. Distribution I thought was a little bit poor. Could have been better. But yeah, made a couple of decent saves. Obviously he's in there now for the third time on the spin. And yeah, done well. Wasn't terrible. I haven't seen either of the goals back, so I'm not quite sure if he could have done more for them. But made a couple of okay saves and done relatively well at times. So yeah, I give him a 6. Vitaly Mykolenko did score an own goal. I've not seen it back. I'll give him a 6.5. I thought he was one of our better players today. Thought he battled well, won the ball back, nowhere near as good as he has been in recent weeks. A couple of times he lost the ball unnecessarily. A couple of times he he gave it away unnecessarily as well. So nowhere near the level that he has been at in recent times, but certainly not an atrocious performance. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.5. Centre backs then, James Tarkowski, give him a 5.5. I thought he was all right, to be honest, up until the last minute goal. I mean, a ball bobbling around the box in the last seconds of the game, they managed to steer it into the back of the net. It's just, that's not good enough for me. That's not good enough, and your captain has to do better in that situation. It's not a case of, oh, it's just one of them, it's unlucky. Your captain has got to come out and command, and that ball, again, I haven't seen it back, so maybe I'm being slightly harsh on him, but that ball has got to be absolutely rifled away. Absolutely rifled away with no hesitation by anybody, and it wasn't. So yeah, Brandwaite next to him, I'm going to give him the same. Again, I don't think either of them were horrendous, but I think they were both nowhere near as good as what they have been of late. Brandwaite made a couple of mistakes as well, which nearly cost us. Yeah, I just don't think either of them were particularly impressive. I don't think either of them were particularly impressive whatsoever, and that ultimately is the reason we've lost the game, isn't it? I suppose that ultimately is the reason we've lost the game. I thought Tarky was maybe a little bit better, a little bit more solid, but you know, at the end of the day, I can excuse a corner going in because somebody's lashed a foot at it. You know, and not got a good connection, but I can't excuse the ball bouncing around in the middle of the box after the corner in the last second and it ending in a goal. I just can't excuse that whatsoever. Patterson then on the right hand side, give him a 5.75. Yeah, he wasn't totally horrendous. He wasn't totally horrific. But at the end of the day, I'm not quite sure he's ready yet. And I'm not quite sure he's at that level that he needs to be at. if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It's quite clear and quite evident that Seamus Coleman is still the best fullback in this side, without a shadow of a doubt. And that is telling. Really, really telling. But yeah, I thought he was okay. I thought he was okay. Into the middle of the park then. Amadou Onana, I'm going to give him a 6.5. I thought, similar to Mikalenko, I thought he was probably one of our better players today. Absolutely baffling. Now, again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's fine, and I appreciate that, but baffling how any Evertonian doesn't believe Amadou Onana is good enough to play for this football club. Amadou Onana, now, I agree, and I admit, he doesn't always apply himself. And he doesn't always give 110%, and I get that. And if that's where people are coming from, then that's fine. But quality-wise and technically, he's the best player at this football club by a country mile. By an absolute country mile. And it's so obvious to see when he's got the ball, when he collects the ball, when he wins it back. I agree, he doesn't always, give everything, and he doesn't always put himself out there as much as he should have. I agree, and I agree he's a very frustrating player, and I'm not saying he was absolutely world class today, but technically he's so much better than everybody else at this football club. And even in games like this one today, and in moments like this one today, you can see it so clearly. James Garner next to him, I'll give him a 5.7 as well. Worked hard, but to be honest, I'm sick of this. Well, he works hard. He has a go. He puts himself about. You've got to be more than that. And he does put himself about, James Garner. And he does work hard, and he has got a lot of quality, and he is a good player. I'm just talking generally there, but today, he wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough today, and that for me is quite obvious. I thought he had a go, and he put himself about, and again, Onana, I don't think it was absolutely unbelievable either, but I just don't think Jimmy done enough today. I don't think he done enough going forward. Yeah, just my opinion. Dwight McNeil, 1. Thought he was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Really, really poor. I don't know whether it's because of the injury. I don't know whether it's because he's unfit. I don't know whether it's because he's low on confidence. I don't know whether it's because there's other things going on in his life. But we've got to say it how it is. And he was terrible today. He was absolutely terrible today. Really poor. Nothing stuck. Couldn't create nothing. Balls into the box were few and far between. And when they did happen, they weren't good enough. Just really, really poor performance today. Really poor performance. On the other side, Jack Harrison, he's getting a 1 as well. Horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And I don't care that he scored a goal. I don't care that, but let's be honest, he didn't score a goal, did he? He hit a shot right at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper threw it into the back of his own net. It wasn't like an absolute worldie. He was terrible today. I've said it for weeks, I don't know what he offers. And it's fine to say he works hard, but we've just come up against one of the worst teams in the league this season, and that isn't even debatable. And a team that we will be battling with to survive this season. And was working hard good enough today? Absolutely no, it wasn't. Absolutely no, it wasn't. And you might say, oh, you're being harsh, Cam. He got the only goal, and he, even if it was a mistake, he created it. I think he's been horrendous for weeks. Absolutely horrendous for weeks. And picking the ball up, running into a defender, losing it, and then 2 minutes later, picking the ball up, running into a defender, it's not good enough for me. And that's both wingers, by the way. It's not good enough for me. I don't care how hard you work. That's not good enough. Both of them are getting a 1. Forwards, them, Calvert-Lewin 2, horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Didn't offer anything. Won the ball a few times, got up. I give him a 4. I give him a 4 on the basis that his overall play, it was okay. When he had to win the ball, he did. When he had to hold it up, he did. But as a centre forward, what did he offer today? Did he cause Luton any issues? No. Did he create any opportunities for himself? No. Did he have any shots at goal, even if they were wild shots? Did he have any shots at goal to try and make something happen? No. Beto, on the other side, he's getting a 3. Come on. Ran round. Well, started, ran round. But just neither of them two are good enough, in my opinion. Neither of them two are good enough. They're not good enough separately, and they're not good enough together. And I think that was on show quite clearly today, as well as the fact that they can't play together. Everything bounces off Beto. He's incapable of holding up the ball. He's incapable of, calming the game down with a good touch or whatever. He's obviously a nuisance and he's got something to offer, but yeah, not good enough. Not good enough. Substitutes then, Danjuma, 5, ran round, had a goal, didn't do much. And then Schmidt, give him a 5.5, ran round. And didn't do much. So there you go. Look, I'm going to finish it there. I'm sorry that's a short one, but I can't physically talk about Everton for any longer today because it's making me. Yeah, I just can't. There you go. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Cheers for watching. We'll be back in the next couple of days. See you after.